Greetings and welcome back to Surviving Mars, where our burgeoning colony is undergoing its early stages of rapid construction by our army of beautiful and really very cute little robots, all being overseen, of course, by the handsomest politician, who I like to imagine is a descendant of the greatest politician ever known to the peoples of Earth. Of course I speak of Gallardo Magna. Politician, movie star, general. I mean, he was generally the best. And so I imagine we have aboard the Arthur Dent, overwatching all of this activity, Ricardo Magna. Clearly that is who has been given charge of developing, building, establishing this first vital colony.
Sector scanned. Select a sector to scan.
Off-world. And as we now zoom in to somewhere which is really going to give us a very poor visual quality, let's just zoom back out again and take a look at our colony. So our second ship has arrived, our second cargo ship. The Ford Prefect, obviously, has arrived, bringing with it many vital supplies. We have some issues. We haven't connected up our second Moxie here. We better hook that up. We're not actually going to need a second Moxie for quite a long time. But I guess it's good to get it in early, and then, you know, we know it's there, it's safe. Maybe the first Moxie might break, an asteroid might hit it. Redundancy. That's what they told us in space school when we were learning how to colonize other worlds. Right, let's scan some more of this beautiful crater that we find ourselves in. I mean, still, it has to be said, the handsomest politician, Ricardo Magna, he picked a blinding spot. I mean, it was pure dumb luck that he managed it, but he has, you know, I mean, would you not like to live here? Like, if I was going to move to Mars, I'd want to live here. I mean, it would be difficult to drive out, and, you know, in the event of a dust storm, it might become like a horrible death trap, but it looks pretty. It looks really dramatic, you know? It looks really dramatic. Good. We should probably think about building some more stuff whilst we're here. Is this actually covered by... it is. It's covered by our drone controller up here, and also probably by the ship. Yeah, the Ford Prefect has it in its range as well. Right, well, what have we got? Have we got any anomalies that we can go and investigate? We have not. No anomalies. The Heart of Gold is going to have to stay where it is. I suppose I should probably name... There it is, the Heart of Gold, look. I should probably name our newly arrived RC transporter as well. I probably should have thought of this in advance as well. I'll think about that. About the name that I'm going to give that. In the meantime, I'll just send it over here to pick up some metals and bring it back to a more usable spot for the colony. Also, we need to construct some more stuff. We need to plan our first dome. That's pretty much where we're at now. We've got oxygen generation. We've got water being pumped up out of the ground. We've got power. Admittedly, we've got a bit of a power shortfall. We're probably going to want to build another couple of wind turbines. Let's get them in. Look, we'll get a wind turbine there, and we'll get another wind turbine just there. This is going to be like wind turbine hill up here. We're going to have loads of them. Loads of wind turbines, all of our power generating in one isolated, exposed spot with a single point of failure cable coming down to our colony proper. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? I suppose we could put our dome up here, actually. But no, that would be crazy. We've got to exploit these resources. We've got 404 rare metals from a very low-grade resource there. We've got 380 from an average one. 368 from a low one. I think probably plopping a dome down between these two resources so that I can extract rare resources and start actually generating revenue from this colony, because of course I can ship rare metals back to Earth and generate vast sums of income from what I presume is some kind of unobtainium that people want back on Earth. It's very important to their survival, to their daily lives. It's probably needed in the latest smartphones and VR headsets and other such devices, which really we can't do without at all, ever. Alright, so we need a dome. I think that's it. I think we're ready to build a dome. I'm going to build a dome. Here we go. Basic dome. A small dome suitable for early days of the colony. 80 concrete. We have 78, but I think we are producing concrete, so that's fine. We need 20 metals. Our transporter can pick those up and bring them back for us. And we got 39 polymer of them if I needed 10, so that's fine. We're absolutely fine. The dome can be built, and it is going to be built. It's going to be built right between these two resources. I guess maybe slightly closer to this end, or maybe kind of I mean, well, no. The extractors will produce quite a lot of dust, which probably will get all over the dome, and kind of people will be a bit. They won't be very happy about it. It's true, but they'll just have to cope. We could put it up a bit further away. No, we'll do it there. Right there. Right there. Look. There we go. We've got the little entrance pointing down here towards kind of where all the important stuff is happening. We've got both of our resources covered. We've got some metal right next to it. Is this covered by a drone controller? It's probably not. So let's build a drone hub just to kind of like exploit this whole area that we're going to want to do. Or maybe we want like concrete extractor up there at some point. There's not much else around here that we really need. There is metal down here, which I forgot all about, which we will want to extract at some point as well. But it's fine. We'll just whack this drone controller down right on the edge of that other drone controller's territory, so that if we need to send drones to repair it, they can make it. That's how you build a Martian colony. That's how you establish your redundancy and stuff. All right, we'll have this coming up to the drone controller. Like that. Also, like our piping connection points are here and here. Probably would have been slightly neater to have orientate. Should we change the orientation? Okay, change the orientation. Here we go. We're going to rotate it like that. So the exit's going to be right where those metal resources are, but they'll be gone. They'll be gone by that point. But it means that we can have a lovely, neat cable that just comes straight up like this, and it's not quite right. It's not quite right. We still need to change it. It's not quite right. It has to be perfectly aligned, I tell you. Let's do the cable first, so that we can line it up properly. Like, we want it to come to about there, and we need the pipes as well. Of course, we need pipes. You need to pipe in water and oxygen, all sorts of important things like that. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. That's the right spot. Stick it dome. Third time's the charm. Dropping a dome right there then. Right there. Right there. Just as the music rises to a crescendo, we are building the greatest, the finest off-world colony the solar system has ever known. To be fair, it's the first off-world colony that the solar system has ever known. Unless possibly there's some stuff going on in orbit around the Earth at the moment, possibly on the Moon, who knows. Certainly it's not something that we're interested in, because we're Martian pioneers and we build only on Mars. Good, well, now that that's sort of all underway, I guess we'll probably want some fresh dumping zones over this side for when these extractors get going. So let's stick a little dump down just here, like that. Just 2 to begin with. Don't want to get crazy. There we go. That'll provide some kind of refuse disposal capability for the colony. We'll also probably want an actual depot up here to service kind of all of this construction work and stuff that's going on. So let's whack a full depot down right there, and we'll also stick, for the future, we'll want a food depot right next to it, so that they can keep food and things there for all of their important duties, like eating, cooking, making kind of little treat type things that they can sell in charity fairs to raise money for the orphans of Mars, all that kind of stuff. But this person's struggling. I think his bays are all full. All of his storage bays are full. We'll give him a dedicated concrete depot so he can keep working at his full capacity and producing all of the many concretes we're going to need for constructing domes and buildings and other such things. Let's whack the time up, the time speed continuum up, see how the Arthur Dent's fueling is going. We're at 34 fuel of 60, so it's fueling away. We've got just the one fuel refinery at the moment. Did I bring stuff to make a second fuel refinery? Fuel refineries, they're found here. I think I can build one anyway. I think I must have researched the tech. Oh, and I'm actually not researching any techs at the moment, so let's do that before any more time passes. We must always be researching all of the techs all of the time. Life from Mars, more applicants start to appear on Earth. We'll do that soon. Not just yet, because we don't have any applicants yet. Low G wind turbines. We'll get that because that's an upgrade we can apply to our wind turbines, which means we don't have to get quite so crazy building quite so many of them. Soil adaptation, new building farm. We'll get that as well. We'll probably make use of hydroponics to begin with, but this will produce a lot more food, although it takes up a lot of space. Low G high rise. Yeah, I'll want that. Plus I want to advance the engineering tree. I guess that'll do for now. We'll see what comes up next. Good. All good stuff. We can unpause it. We can build a second fuel refinery so we can fuel these ships up that much more quickly. I guess we'll just whack it down.
Cable fault reported.
Put it like there. That's the stuff. It'll need power, and it'll need pipage. Oh no. Oh no, but it's ugly, look. It's ugly! Oh, what have I done? Quick, get rid of it. We don't want that pipe. We don't want that pipe. We want a different pipe. Oh no, how can I make a decent pipe? Pipe. I guess that's the best we can do. Maybe there? Okay, well that triangle I'm just going to have to live with. I'm just going to have to accept that that triangle is what it is. The Ricardo Magna up here, our handsomest politician, looking down, preparing to return to Earth. Is he going to return to Earth, or is he going to stay? He could transfer his command to the Fort Prefect, whilst the Arthur Dent returns to Earth on automatic to collect what I hope will be the first founders, our political founders, to come to our space colony and generally start writing proposals. Having meetings, very important meetings, obviously. They'll probably give the meetings that they have really cool sounding names to make it seem like they're doing like more important work than they actually are. You know, like the Cobra team, or the Saber team. That would be good. I mean, you want to be on the Saber team, don't you?
Pipe leak reported.
We're getting these pipe leaks and stuff. It's nothing really to worry about. I mean, the fact that pipe disappeared for a moment is slightly more worrying, but no, pipes and cables
Sector
will
scanned.
leak from time to time.
Found.
This is good. Look, we found an anomaly. We'll send the Heart of Gold. What were other ships? What were other ships called? So that we can name other things. We could call this transporter the Vogon Constructor Fleet. There we go. The Vogon Constructor Fleet, which is of course just a transport vessel, a single transport rover driving about the surface of Mars. It's a cool
Cable fault reported.
surface rover driving about the surface of Mars. Is looking for metals. I want to get some metals to bring. I think we're going to need them. We're going to need them to construct our dome. Where can we see surface metals waiting to be picked up and returned? There's some over there. Look, let's just deposit these, the ones we've already got. And then we'll send the Vogon Constructor Fleet off to collect
Dust storm
yet more
approaching.
metals. Oh, there's a dust storm approaching. Where is it? Dust storms. Mars is infamous for its large and sometimes quite lengthy dust storms, which raise so much dust that they can be seen with telescopes from Earth. While the wind speed reached during these storms are not quite dangerous, taking into consideration that Mars's atmosphere is but 1% of Earth's, the sheer amount of dust raised can knock field machinery out of order until fixed. Another issue is that Mars' fine dust particles are extremely dry and slightly electrostatic, which can cause damage to our electrical grid if a dust storm with more electrostatic properties appears. Moxies and moisture evaporators do not function during dust storms. Wow, so you need to have enough stored resources to survive. Dust storms suspend air traffic. All shuttles will finish their final course and then return to the hub until the storm passes. Wow, okay, where is this dust storm? Has it arrived yet? I think it starts in 16 hours. It doesn't really matter that like Moxies and stuff are going to finish because we haven't got any. We're not using any of these resources particularly. We might be worth building some more water, but no, because we've got a water extractor. That'll keep going. It's only the evaporator that will stop. And look, the Arthur Dent is ready to return to Earth. Ricardo Magna transfers his flag to the Fort Prefect because he simply couldn't bear leaving at this time of great change and moment and import. Plus, he figures that someone else might try and steal his first man on Mars. title. So he's off. Goodbye. I mean, he's staying. He's on the Fort Prefect. But the Arthur Dent is off. Farewell, Arthur Dent. Fly ye free. Fly ye straight. Return to Earth. And have you not gone yet? Come on. Come on, away you go.
Milestone
There we go.
achieved.
There we go. Slow it down. Watch him take off. The Arthur Dent. Engines roaring into life, lifting the great bulk of our spaceship into the heavens to return to Earth and collect there those first brave political pioneers on their way to a Mars that may well be enshrouded in a dust storm when they arrive. I mean, that would be bad. Plus, to be fair, we haven't actually built the dome yet, so I guess we'll probably hold off actually launching the colony ship until at least that's been done. Let's go and send the Bocon constructor fleet out to collect more metals. All the metals are good, and the metals will be collected and returned. We can also whack the speed back up to full now that we've watched the glory and magnificence of the Arthur Dent rising into the heavens for its trip to Earth. How much we've got? 3,400,000,000 monies. So we've got plenty of monies to bring in additional supplies, which we will want to do. This is the trick here. It's getting like we basically need to make our deliveries, focus our deliveries on these 3 resources, and machine parts we can probably
Sector
become
scanned.
self-sufficient on pretty
Anomaly
quickly
found.
because we just need metal and a machine parts factory. Polymers we can become self-sufficient on. In fact, we should probably aim to bring a polymer factory or build a polymer factory if I can build them yet.
Research
Can I
complete.
build them? I can build polymer factories. Alright, I should build a polymer factory. Research complete, low G turbines, that's great. We're going to build a polymer factory. We want a... this requires a dome. Okay, it requires a dome. So we'll put a polymer factory out here once we've got colonists in the dome, and they can start producing polymers from all the water and fuel that we have. The dust storm has arrived, I think. Possibly, or maybe it's just nighttime. Remaining duration, 1 sol, 19 hours. Yeah, we are in the midst of a dust storm. Look at this, let's put this away. Let's get rid of these. Buildings not working, low G turbines, remaining dust storm time. Launched a rocket from Mars. Milestone achieved. Wow. Okay, visibility is reduced, but it's fine. We're not producing any power from our solar panels. We can upgrade all these turbines though, look. Upgrade all the turbines to our new upgraded, more efficient design. There we go. And what have we got? We're actually okay on a power surplus. Look, we've got 3.4% power surplus, which is fine. It is sustainable. The sun is coming up, and the dust storm continues to rage on. We actually do get solar power during dust storms as well. That's all right then. They're not quite so scary, these dust storms. I mean, things are going to break. We're going to have to go out and repair stuff. That's fine. We can do that. I mean, we've got these guys. We've got these little guys who are the cutest and the best guys to have around. Frankly, we could do without human colonists at all. We could just have the entire colony run by these little robots. I'd be happy with that. I think Ricardo Magno would be happy about that. I think secretly he'd prefer that because, you know, he's come all the way to Mars on his own, and he's spent many days here, 10 days, which probably realistically is the equivalent of months, if not a year or more, here on Mars. I say that because obviously Martian days are not that long, but there's some kind of weird time compression thing going on here, considering how rapidly we're building everything, and indeed how quickly our rockets can transition the distance between Earth and Mars. But nonetheless, he's been up there, now having transferred his command into the Fort Prefect, looking out over this world. He is the master of this world. He is its sole occupant. He is the Martian, and I imagine he wants to stay that way. But there will be others coming. The founders are on their way. Our dome is under construction. In fact, look, our dome is actually being completed even as we speak. Can we, there we go, we can go a little bit faster. You can see the completing part of the dome all the way at the top there as our nanite constructors, whatever it is that does this cool thing, as our nanite constructors continue their work. Our first dome on Mars. Oh, I mean, that was nearly a beautiful fly through there.
Achieved.
Great things await. Many and various great things await, but they will have to wait until the next episode when the founders will arrive. Until then, thanks a lot for watching, everyone. I have been Weird Wizard, and I will see you later.